Welcome everyone to Cosmere and Miniature Chats, or CIM Chats, as we like to call it. I'm Josh, and I am the host of Cosmere Miniature, and I am joined by Ashton, who's one of
Ooh,
our moderators on the Discord server that we have. Jack wasn't able to join us today just because of scheduling conflicts, but Ashton and I will kind of go through real quick, and we have a few items today. We'll be talking about what's on our painting desk. We'll talk about Miniature Masters and some thoughts around that YouTube show that's going on. And then we'll review July's monthly challenge and we'll go from there. So today we'll be off cameras, but during the monthly challenge review, I will be sharing the slide deck and I'll let everyone know so you can come check out the screen. So, how about you start us off with what is on your painting desk?
well, absolutely nothing. That's not entirely true. I ended up at the hobby store like 2-ish weeks ago, I think, and they had individual speed paint markers for sale there. And
Okay.
so I picked up Purple Swarm and Caribbean Ocean,
Okay.
and I kind of fiddled around with those to see what I could do for drawing in shadows.
Oh, yes.
And so I just had like some Zenithal Prime stuff kind of like laying around and whatnot. And so kind of just fiddle around with that. And I like it. They definitely, I don't know if bleed is the right word, but what I've been saying is like they're kind of Sharpie-esque in the sense that like even though the point is fine, you're still getting like a bigger circle of like output. Does that make
Yes.
sense?
Yes.
You can still get that point. It's definitely doable, but generally you're not. Or I'm just heavy-handed. I don't know. But I like them as
Yeah.
like a quick way to just like slap some paint on. They're wonderful.
Yeah, I would say I've played around with speed paint markers. I have the starter set. I think there were three of them in there. And I painted Yilt and the Zealot guy,
Yep.
the green and yellow. I painted them in like 5 minutes. They were done.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
was
definitely.
super
Definitely.
fast. But they can be really sloppy, like you said. It has a big footprint on the mini, and when you have fine
Yeah.
details, I'm like, "Ugh, I wouldn't want to use those on fine details."
But to get like a base coat down and then like some regular clear acrylics on top of that, it wouldn't be too
Yeah,
bad.
yeah, yeah. For any new folks to the hobby, speed paint
Yeah.
markers are fantastic. They're a great way to just make them look good, and then you can come back in with acrylics like you're talking about. I like that. Anything else on your hobby desk, Ashton?
No, other than that, I still have that like magic health counter that I'm painting for a coworker, but I haven't really touched it.
Hmm,
Yeah,
nice.
that's about it. How about yourself?
Yeah, I've been traveling a lot, but I was able to pump out a pigments video the other day of
Yep.
just dry application of pigments, and it was pretty fun. It's surprising how little effort can go a long way to add realism to the mini. So anyway, that video recently came out, and then I mentioned in the Discord server, but I there's a local guy who is selling some Army Painter Fanatic paints,
Great, great.
and he's selling about 40 of them for $80. And I'm like, that seems like a really good deal. Should I just pick them up, even though I don't know if I'll use them? Because I don't know the whole paint palette, right? I have very limited paints right now, but I've kind of been buying one at a time as the project demands. And so I've never really
Sure.
bought in bulk before.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of hesitant, but it seems like a good deal. I don't know.
You said it's $40, or I'm sorry,
40
repeat how much it
paints,
was.
40 paint bottles for $80.
Yeah, that's not too terrible,
Yeah.
depending on, time and place and such. And you said that some of them are slightly used?
Yes, that's what the guy said. Some are slightly used, but a lot of them are new. And so,
Yeah, I'd go for it. I mean,
yeah.
it's a little bit different in that I have the full Fnatic range, so I'd just be
Uh,
using it to kind of like stock more.
yeah.
But as someone who doesn't have anything, I would still say it's a good deal. Yeah.
Oh,
And you can't go wrong with more palette options.
that's true. That's true. It's just I would need to expand my storage for my paints. I'm starting to run out on my desk. Might have to go to up on the wall, but that's a
Oh,
good problem to have.
I, I I don't know that I can agree with that, but as a hobbyist, I definitely agree. Like it was such a pain to put those shelves up.
Oh, I believe it. I believe it. Yes. We maybe we should do a monthly challenge where everyone sends in their hobby desk setup. Whoever has the best one wins.
Oh, that that actually sounds like a really good idea. I'm actually with that.
That would be fun. Well, good. So that's kind of what we've been working on. And what we did want to talk about next is Miniature Masters. For those who aren't aware of what that is, it is a the YouTube content creator by the name of Squidmar. He's one of the most popular miniature painter YouTube channels out there. Anyway, he the past couple weeks has been releasing a weekly episode for his Miniature Master series. And if you've ever seen like Lego Masters or Master Chef, it's kind of like that, where in this one they have 8 pro painters as contestants. And then every week they do a challenge. And at the end of that episode, one of them has to go home. And so I think they're on the finals comes out next week, I think. And we're not going to spoil any of it for you. But Ashton, I'd love to hear your thoughts on Miniature Masters as you watch some of the episodes on what you found interesting or what you found. Anyway, is this a show that has potential to keep going in multiple seasons?
I think so, yeah. I would actually not be surprised if it gets picked, if he's trying to use this as like a pilot thing to get on TV. I wouldn't
Oh,
be surprised if we see this on like sci-fi or something in the near future. It definitely, the way that they film it and everything, it's already like TV. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like,
yeah,
but so far I've been really enjoying it. Most specifically, I think it was episode 3 that they did underpainting on a bust.
yes, yeah, I think so. Yeah,
And they had the one gentleman giving a demo on it.
yeah,
And like they don't show too much of his like process of teaching them, but what they did show definitely helped me see underpainting in like a more simplistic way than I was seeing it before.
yes, I would agree. I remember watching that part because they brought in a guest judge and he gave a little
Yeah,
tutorial at the beginning. And the way he was underpainting the bust, I was like, this looks like as he was going, he's like slapping paints around like super fast, really sloppy
yeah,
a little bit. But then like at the end, you got a really good understanding of the whole composition that was going to
right,
come out afterwards. It was
right.
fascinating. I was like, I've never
Mhm.
seen just slapping paint on like that as the base coat.
Yeah, it definitely taught me that like I guess for lack of like a better way of explaining it is like start with a really big brush and then work your way down to the tiny brush.
Yeah, yeah. And that's one approach to painting. But I mean, I haven't painted busts
Yeah.
before. I know you are you like the bigger miniatures and painting those up, but I do need to get into that. That seems like a lot of fun.
It will definitely help you with miniatures, like the smaller scale for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. I gotta do it. Gotta do it. But I think overall within Miniature Masters, I just love seeing pro painters and just like learning what they do. I'm just like I'm in awe and stunned. Every entry is stunning. Like every single one from every single contestant every week has been amazing. They give them what?
Especially with the time limit.
Yeah, 5 to 8 hours usually is what they're given, and they come out with
And
this amazing stuff.
I, obviously they wouldn't consider it that, but like to me, it's all golden demon level.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I-
And I mean, the judges have a really hard time because I don't know, it feels it could be subjective, but they have to go in with really objective requirements like, hey, what was the
yeah,
challenge all about? Who performed the best on it? Who was the weakest? And they have to send someone home. And so it can get I got sucked into the YouTube comments on some of the first few episodes, and they got really brutal. Like some
Really?
people on the internet were like just trashing either the judges or trashing other contestants, the
Wow.
contestants. And I was like, I was appalled. I'm like, listen, all of these people are amazing. This is
Yeah.
this is a TV show, right? We have to have some kind of gamification to it. People have to
Right.
get sent home somehow, but people are just like ripping the show to shreds, and I hated seeing that. But the past couple weeks, they've really they kind of turned off comments at one point. They were like, Squidmar came out with a video. It's like, hey, you got to stop doing this. This is a TV show. It's a competition. Like, and everyone paints differently. Anyway, it was really interesting to see that, and it really reaffirmed to me that I want to instill encouragement and support in our community that we're building,
Yeah.
the Cosmere miniature community, because we have lots of new painters coming in,
You
and
do.
I
You
don't want
do
to
have a lot.
discourage any of them. I want them to be encouraged and paint the way they like and compare themselves to the first mini they painted, not to other people's minis. And then, of course, my motto, the most important mini that they can paint is the next one. So
Yeah.
that's kind of what I've learned from that miniature master series. So if you folks haven't seen it yet, go over to Squidmar, search on YouTube. Fantastic show. Highly recommend it.
I was well.
Nice. We're good. Well, Ashton, next
Yeah.
portion here, let's jump into monthly challenge review and announcement of the winner. Let's start out, Ashton, with what was this challenge all about this month or in the month of July?
So July was all about taking a previously released Sanderson book cover and using the colors within that book cover for your palette. I can't tell you how I got the idea. I just know that I got it.
Came from somewhere.
Probably in the shower or something when you get those like light bulb ideas.
Yes.
Um, I definitely think that everyone did an amazing job. I don't want to toot my own horn or anything, but I think this challenge really did bring out the best in a lot of the folks that entered.
I know I entered the challenge as one, and being one of the judges, I'm not part of the winning. I'm not up for winnings, but I was really stretched by it for sure. I think I used 19 different paints, and typically when I paint minis, I'm using like six or seven, maybe up to 10.
Sure,
But with
sure.
Dalinar, I mean, I have it later on in the slideshow here. I used a lot, so it was a great challenge. So let's start out with the first entry of DJ. So tell us about DJ's entry.
So it looks like I'm not sure which book cover it is since it's not in
The
my native
Pol
tongue.
I think
I assume
it
it's
might have been
Well of a Ascension.
Polish or something.
Yeah, but it appears to be Well of Ascension if my deductive reasoning is any good. It's very monochromatic, the book cover is, and they definitely captured that, I believe.
Yes.
I like the use of so the mist is kind of a greenish on the book cover,
Hmm.
and they use that for the sword rather
Hmm.
than the I don't know what we're calling the wispy stuff at the bottom.
The
But
slight residue.
sure. Um, I do like the use of it on the sword versus that. If I had to give a nitpick,
Hmm.
I think I've used the more peachy purple that's on Vin's face in the cover for her face. And they
Oh
might have went
yeah.
for that, and we just can't really tell.
Yeah.
But it does look more black and white, the face does.
Yeah. Maybe a little bit more peachy in there.
Yeah,
I do like, I feel like every color I see on the mini, I see in the book cover and vice versa. It's like everywhere I
absolutely.
look, I'm like, oh, they used the whole book cover is present somewhere on the mini, which I think is
Yes.
really cool.
The
Yeah.
only other thing I think they could have shaded a little bit better, and
Mhm.
the stone part is a little, there's not much going on there.
Yeah. I think I know when I've done stone bases, I used to just kind of slap paint on and leave it. But coming back in with just a one shade up in to highlight the edges,
Yeah,
just like is super easy to do. And you can get really sloppy with it and it still is fine. And that's something that helps define and exaggerate those details. So coming in with like a gray, I think could be really good to
Yeah,
help make it pop.
100%.
But yeah, great work, DJ. All right,
Yeah,
go to the next one. We had from A Wizard for Hire, and they did the Truth Watcher, which is one of the newer minis that they came out with.
was that actually released last month, I think?
I think it might have been. Like they turned it around real fast.
Yeah. Same deal here, though. I feel like every color, well, maybe not every color on the book cover, but definitely every color that's on the model is in the book cover for sure.
Yeah.
And I think it was mentioned before too that their wife is taking the photos for them.
Oh yes, yes,
They're doing an amazing job with background and
yes.
environmental detail in that regard for sure. Um,
We need to get his wife to do a quick little lesson for everyone on how to
oh,
do
sure.
how to stage your photo.
I definitely, like I was saying, that they used I'm sorry, every color present on the model is definitely in the book cover, which is really good. I just think that they're suffering from kind of the same thing on the last one. It's a little flat. It
Hmm.
could use some shading. I can't remember if the STL comes with that base,
I don't think it does. I don't think it does.
and it doesn't look like they might have added a few things to that base, but it looks like most of that stuff is already attached to the base. They did do a better job on the base here than the
Mhm.
previous. But other than that, I think it's stellar.
Yeah. I'm looking it up right now. Oh, it is. So let me pull it in over here. So this is the original model. So it does look like all
Oh,
that
okay.
footage was part of it. I was going to say they added it, but this is pretty fun that they have it built in. But yeah, I really like it. I like that, like this, the staging that we talked about with the background and stuff. Really cool. So great work from A Wizard for Hire. Well done.
For sure.
And this book cover is amazing. I love it.
It's very synthwave.
Yes. All right, now kind of in the opposite direction, a very not as colorful would be from Soroka, the Oathbringer cover. I think this is the European one or the United Kingdom one.
Yeah, I think so. I was secretly hoping that somebody would pick the European covers
Yes.
because they're so monochromatic. I think Soroka here did an amazing job with the marbling,
Yeah.
tying them both together. They both look like they're in the same spot to me. They don't look like they're in two different locations, I should say.
Yeah.
And despite the limited palette, getting so much depth is really, really good for them as well.
Yeah. I mean, because what do you have? You got black, gray, and red, and white a little
That's about
bit.
it. Yeah, that's about it.
And yeah, like you said, tying them together, I think the doing the bases the same exact way makes it so they can
Mhm.
pop up in the same spot and they look like they're pals or they're working together. Yeah, but yeah, the marbling, especially on the deepest one, was really what I liked about this entry.
In this specific case, it would have made or break it
Hmm.
with
Hmm.
such lack of color. Yeah, and it looks like they did what we were talking about before with just a really simple highlight on the rocks and like the little
Yes.
slot. Yeah.
Yeah. So if we think about that, if we go back to TJ's, right? If you see here on the rock, we had added that on these, on the edges of the bricks, that gray. I think that would add a lot of depth. All right. So that's from Soroka. Now, the next entry is from Hero Wannabe. This is Yasna. No, not Yasna. Sorry, Navani. My apologies.
I had no idea that this book cover existed.
Me neither. It's amazing.
It like the Isles of Emberdark one, I appreciate that it's got a hefty palette to use. Heroes definitely knocking it out of the park in terms of, I would say, consistency and their shadows. However, I'm not trying to say that they didn't use any of the colors from the book cover itself.
Hmm.
However, it doesn't feel like it's a part of the book cover, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I could see that. I think it might be like the yellow pale and the gold. I don't know if I see the colors exactly in the book cover, but I
Right,
know, I think when Hero Wannabe talked about this, they wanted to focus in on the dress that Navani was wearing. And so
right,
I
right.
think they took some liberties with some of the other palette, which I think this is a stunning mini. Like this is very well
But
thinking of. Yeah.
I really like it though. That's for
Yes.
sure.
This is non-metallic metal, yes, on the silver and the gold. I think
I do
I
remember wanting, I think he said that he did it on the gold. I don't remember so much on the silver, but it does look like it was attempted for sure.
yeah. Yeah. And knowing that the detail on these minis isn't the greatest,
Yeah,
what he was able to do with it is really great.
100.
High quality.
I'm sure a lot of that is flat,
Yeah.
especially on the front.
Yeah, right here, like very well done. Picking out those details. Very nice. And then the last entry, yours truly, Cosmere Miniature. Give me your thoughts, Ashton. Tear it apart.
Oh, wow. Of course, you would pick the most common cover of all time and the most common character next to Kaladin of all time.
Yes, I'm
I
very
think
run of the mill here.
I think you could have went a little extra there. No, I think it's wonderfully painted. Again, not to toot my own horn, but I think that you took a little nod from me and did the OSL a little bit on his lapel.
Yes, yes, I
And I
did.
do like
Yeah.
that you went darker for your uh I don't know what we're calling the spikes,
The
but
perpendicularity, whatever he makes. Yeah.
yeah, I like that you went darker for those. In general, though, I think it's wonderfully painted. It's highlighted well. You did really great with your shadows. The thing that bothers me about it that's not
Hmm.
really anything to do with you or anyone else, but I don't like that line that like starts just underneath the the patch and then it cuts to the
Oh
breast.
yeah.
I don't know what that line is supposed to be. I think it's supposed to be a crease in the coat, but it almost makes it look like what's it called when you like build a Warhammer mini and you got like a huge gap
Oh,
because
the
the
mold
pieces
line. A mold line.
not not the mold line, but like when you fit them together and they don't fit together just exact.
Oh. Yeah. I know what
It
that.
reminds
Yeah,
me of
I know
that.
what those are. A gap of some kind.
It drives me nuts. It's the only thing I can look at on the model and it drives me nuts.
Yes. Yeah, I mean it when I was painting it, I shadowed it in with a wash. I was like, what
Yeah.
even is this? This is a weird uniform. Even on the back, it's like these weird creases going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, this one was fun to paint. I enjoyed painting him. Like I said, I spent a lot of time on him. And my only issue is I didn't get the blue quite right. My colon blue is off, but maybe it's matching the
I think it's close
mountains. I
enough.
don't know. It's close enough. We'll take it. We'll take it. Okay. With that in mind, Ashton, who are you going to crown the winner?
If I had to put my money on someone, I would probably be. I think I like Soroka's the most. I think it really takes the book cover and makes it feel like it's a part of the book cover, but still kind of made it his own.
Yep, I would agree.
But I think that
Yeah,
they achieved the palette and um, the text side of painting the best the most, for sure.
yeah. I feel like these could be put onto the cover and they'd be part of the cover.
Yeah, 100%.
We'll claim Soroka as the winner of July's challenge, but all the entries were fantastic. I loved seeing the growth and I mean, it was a challenge. It was a challenge for me, and everyone kind of put in their best effort here, and the results are stunning across the board.
100%.
Thanks everyone for the entries into the July challenge. This August challenge is currently ongoing. It's about special effects on your miniatures, anything that's not regular paint, and we'll see those entries next month. But yeah, thanks for hanging out, Ashton, and thanks for hanging out,
Yeah.
listeners. Hope you had a great painting session while you're listening to us ramble, and we'll see you all next month.
Take care.